Welcome back. So in this video, before we actually get started on working on the website, I decided to go ahead and actually introduce and use MailChimp first because I felt it would be a lot more effective to introduce the new features and then start working on the website. So in this video, I'm going to be giving a quick introduction to what MailChimp actually is and the entire concept that MailChimp uses, which is email marketing. So after this video, you should have just a basic understanding of how email marketing works, its advantages, and why we're using MailChimp specifically. So firstly, let's give an introduction to email marketing. So this is a pretty integral part of a lot of online businesses and shops these days, and it's used a lot for advertising and promotion. So there's lots of different ways to use this, but most of the time it's used to send mass emails to customers, repeat customers, and all sorts of other types of people to advertise things like maybe product sales, product promotions, or even new releases. So this is just the general concept of email marketing, but there's lots of different tools that you can use to accomplish these tasks, and one of them is MailChimp. So MailChimp is one of the most used email marketing tools, and that's why one of the reasons why we're using it is because it's so widely used, and there's a lot of support for it, and it's pretty much the easiest one to use. So the reason we're using MailChimp is because it's a very clean service and very easy to use. There's lots of different features that can be used to create easy drag and drop forms. And although we're not going to be doing that and rather creating our forms by hand to get some more experience with advanced HTML, it's still a great thing for the future when you start creating your own emails. Now, pretty much the way that email mass marketing is sorted in MailChimp is extremely useful. Your lists are sorted into different lists. Well, that's what they're called. And each list contain a certain number of emails. You can sort lists into different parts called campaigns. Now, we'll talk a lot about this later down the website line, but just in basic, you can create different email listings for different subjects. Maybe one for product releases and even one for different businesses if you are that type of person. And on top of that, they have a great API. So I've talked a little bit about what an API is, but pretty much it's just something that allows you to interact with a service. So they have a great API which allows you to interact with MailChimp and integrate it into your website. And this includes WordPress. So this is mainly the reason that we're using MailChimp is because it's such an easy feature to use, and they have a great plugin which allows you to work with it in WordPress. So that's pretty much it for MailChimp. I'm just going to do one more slide and give you the advantages of email marketing and MailChimp in general. So most of the advantages of email marketing, and most of the time you should already know this because if you have any sort of business or experience with online businesses, you should have already had some familiarity with email marketing and you may already be using it. But if you didn't, I'm just going to go through some of the quick advantages now. And I've already done this, but I'm going to just run through them very quickly. So again, it is a medium of advertising and promotion. Instead of sending out phone calls, cold calling, you can use this to advertise your business, as well as increasing user engagement. So maybe users that haven't visited your online shop for a long time can come and visit it after getting an email about some product sales. On top of that, it's one more way to contact your users and be a little bit more active in your community. If you're one of those clothing shops that just put out releases and your users don't really interact with you or your business that much, I think email marketing would be a great way to start getting your users to interact with your business a lot more, and also set up more of a community for your website. And this is pretty great for businesses looking to sell items because having a community set up increases reputation and it can also increase the number of sales. Alright, so in the next video, we're going to start setting up MailChimp and giving a quick introduction to the MailChimp interface and GUI. Alright, let's move on.